Hey guys, how are you today? It's Emilio here, getting in state for you to make this video. I like shaking my body so that I get, yeah. So let's talk about intention today. Why about intention? Because to be honest, majority of the people that join my Facebook group and come to me, they always ask me the same question. How can I get organized? Okay? Guess what happens if you ask me that question? I have no idea because you are not being specific. You are not being intentional, okay? So what does intention mean? Intention means to really reflect about what is it that you want and how can you make it happen, right? If you don't do this, guess what happens? No one else is gonna do it for you. No one else. And then you're gonna be doing other things, priorities will come your way, life will start happening, and maybe you are not gonna even like what you're doing because you are not setting the intention, okay? So what do I mean about setting the intention? Let's just be specific, okay? Some people say, I wanna get organized in my physical space. Okay, ask yourself, why? What's the reason that you wanna get organized in the first place? Are you feeling frustrated? Are you trying to do an activity that you cannot do? Is the mess driving you crazy? Did someone else tell you that you have to get organized? What is it? So try to be specific, okay? This can be applied for physical space, for your time management, for your meal planning, for your finances, for how you use social media. It doesn't matter. You have to decide how you use your time and your energy. And you are the only one who can do this. No one else can do it for you. Okay? So I want to show you examples of how we do it. Maybe you resonate with some of these ideas. So we do an exercise that we call them creations. What's a creation? It's basically, we call it because we try to create in our lives. We try to think, what is it that we would like to create in our life right now, in the next maybe month, 2 months, in the next year? What is it that we want to create? So we get very, very specific, okay? And we've done this exercise for a really, really long time. And I just want to show you a few examples. For example, this is one example that we did like 2017. This is Samantha's. So we follow the method that we share in our book. If you are interested, it's called A Recipe for an Extraordinary Life. Basically, we have different headings. We have family, we have social, we have work, we have mind, we have body, we have staff, and giving back. Those are the headings that we use. You don't have to use the same headings. You can create the ones that you want. But we set the intention here. We write what we want to see in those areas. What do I want to see in my family time? For example, Samantha said, once a month, I want to invite a family member over for dinner. COVID wasn't in the picture at that time, so that was a priority. But you get the idea. You start setting the intentions in the areas that you want to make improvement, right? What happens when you start setting these intentions? The next thing that you have to do is you have to be realistic about how much time it's going to take. And this is the folder that we have. So we have been doing this for years. Okay, it's pretty amazing to read them and reflect. But then once we do that, we try to fit it in our week. We try to create what's called our ideal week. Why do we try to do an exercise that's called ideal week? Because we humans are very optimistic. We believe that we can do everything. We have infinite amount of possibilities for doing things, but we only have a finite amount of time. It's 24 hours a day. And we have to sleep normally around 8 hours. Average is 7 to 8 hours a day, right? Or even more. So that means that you are left with less than what? 20 hours, 16 hours, whatever, 18 hours, depending on the person and depending how much you sleep. But you have to try and fit everything in your day and you have to be realistic. So by doing exercises like this, it's forcing you to be specific, it's forcing you to prioritize, it's forcing you to see realistically how much time you have. And then once you have put the activities in your week, we do something that is called habit tracker. We create a habit tracker for the things that we want to include in our lives, and then we try to track them every day. Sometimes we drop the ball, of course, but when we do it, we go back and we realize, oh wow, why did I drop the ball here? Why didn't I take 1 minute or 30 seconds to color this habit tracker? That's how long it takes, honestly. That shows you something, right? Maybe you have been busy, maybe you have good reasons, but it's inviting you to reflect. Why didn't I do it? If this was important for me, why am I procrastinating this? Is it irrelevant now? Is it not important anymore? is it really important, but I'm not making it a priority? What happened, right? And I get it. Life gets on the way, and sometimes it's very difficult. But this was me a few months ago. I was overwhelmed. I'm an entrepreneur. I sometimes don't know what to do. I don't have a boss telling me do this, do that. And this is great, but sometimes it's very difficult. So what I started doing sometimes when I was feeling lost, I started tracking my week, and it looks like this. So I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then I started writing down what I was doing just to see where is my time going? What the hell am I doing every week? Why am I feeling unfulfilled? Why am I not making progress in the areas that I want? Or how can I optimize the use of my time? After doing this exercise for 1 or 2 weeks, I can clearly see where my time is going. And then I can start creating that ideal week exercise, batching things together, prioritizing things better, and then using the habit tracker and using my ideal week exercise. All those exercises are helping me make change and move forward. Another thing that we do, Samantha and I, it's creating your own self-care list. And this looks like this. This is the recent one, the most recent one. I have a lot of stuff in here. I use colors. I use different activities. For example, I thought things that takes less than 5 minutes, things that I can do with our daughter Eva, things that I can do by myself, things that I can do with Samantha. So I try to be creative and intentional about the things that I would like to do in those different scenarios. Because if I don't do this, guess what happens? Time goes by, I am busy, Eva is here, I have to make lunch, the day goes through, and I didn't do what I wanted to do. When I am intentional and I write it down and I make it a priority, guess what happens? It gets done. I do it. And then guess what happens when I do it? I feel better. I feel more creative, more energized, and then I can keep doing more and more of that. And my life becomes more of what I want and less of just something that I can control. So this is how you can take control, and this is how you can prioritize things, and this is how you can use intention to make your life better. Another example I want to share with you, and I finish my video with that, is social media. I'm sure that majority of you, if you're watching this, you are on social media. How many times you pick up the phone to do something, and 30 minutes later you realize, why did I pick my phone up in the first place? What did I want to do? And that's why it's so important to set the intention in that too. I pick my phone up, and if I don't set the intention, I get lost. So that's why sometimes I pick my phone and think to myself, Emilio, what are you doing right now? Okay, I'm gonna go to my YouTube channel and I'm going to answer the comments from people. Okay, that's very intentional. I'm gonna do that. If I'm not that intentional, what happens is I pick up my phone, I forget why, I see notifications, I see emails, I see whatever, and I get lost, and then I end up doing things that I didn't plan to or I didn't want to. Sometimes I say, I'm gonna grab my phone and get lost for 1 hour in social media. Great, I can do that, no problem, but I'm setting the intention. You get why, right? So these are all things that we use. There are many other things that you can use, but you have to be intentional. You have to really set the intention about what is it that you want to do in every area of your life. Why do you want to do those things? And how can you practically integrate these things in your day-to-day life? And this is what I help people do, because sometimes the practicality of it is very difficult for some. And these techniques are very useful, but you then need accountability. You need someone to help you sometimes, someone to guide you, someone to hold your hand. And it's okay. We all need help at some point. So if you relate to this video, comment below. Tell me, what did you resonate with? Tell me if this is something that you feel like doing. Tell me if you are doing something different that is helping you set that intention, because I'm always learning from everybody. So please share it. I would love to read it and learn about it. Okay? I hope you guys have an amazing Sunday, and I will see you in the next video. Maybe tomorrow. No, it's gonna be tomorrow. Okay, adios.